Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. I Rupali Singh welcome you all in the channel of GS World. So I request all the students to please come live and join the session as we are going to start our current affairs session. And today what we are going to discuss, about our today's headlines, and apart from this I have told you that we would be targeting our exam, so that is why I have taken your May current affairs, alright, and we will solve some of the practice questions also, but that too would be your of the May current affairs. That is, questions would be from your May current affairs, not of June current affairs. All right, and whatever the practice questions that we have to take of the June month of current affairs, we would be taking all the headlines, and on Saturday we would be practicing all the current affairs of related to your weekly current affairs. All right, that you have to prepare. So this is our strategy that we are following, and so keep revising all the current affairs related to your May month, and apart from this, just go parallel with the June current affairs also. All right, so I can see Javed, Yogendra, Ripunjay, Ebrar, and Akash, Ripunjay. Very good morning, all of you, and welcome to the platform of GS World. All right, so now we will going to start our session. All right, so let's see. So before moving forward, I request all the students to please like the session once and share it with your friends so that they can also join the session. And if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and press the notification bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the sessions. All right, and this is our Telegram channel, that is GS World IAS, which you have to join for all the PDF and study materials. All right, this that is free of cost. You would be getting all these PDF and study materials in this Telegram channel. So let's see what are the top 10 headlines of today's are there. So firstly, if we talk about 1st of June, so on 1st of June we have celebrated which day? So we have celebrated our Global Day of Parents on 1st of June. So what you have to remember over here, the most important thing, that is you have to remember that on 1st of June we celebrate Global Day of Parents. And what is the theme of this day? All right, only 2 points that you have to remember regarding this news. So let's discuss about this news. So this day is celebrated every year on 1st of June with an objective to draw attention to the critical role of parents in the child rearing process. And apart from this, when did this day started? So this day was started on in 2012, and the day was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly to honor parents throughout the world. And the most important point that you have to remember for your examination point of view is its theme, and the theme for this year 2021 is your appreciate all parents throughout the world. All right, so these two key points that you have to remember over here, that on 1st of June we observe Global Day of Parents, and what is the theme of this year 2021? So its theme is appreciate all parents throughout the world. All right, this you have to remember. All right, so I can see Sakshi, Pratyush, Rinku, Dheeraj, Pooja. Very good morning, and please welcome. You all are welcome in the platform of GS World. All right, so okay. Alright, Rinku, this is class for English current affairs. Alright, and if you want to attend the class of Hindi medium, then you can attend other classes in our channel of GS World. Alright, so this news, I hope that it is clear to you. Let's move to our next point. What is your next news? Next news is again very important, because recently your first Nano Urea for farmers are going to be launched by one of the organization, that is IFFCO. What is IFFCO? It is your Indian Farmers Fertilizers Cooperative Limited. It is an organization which deals with the fertilizer system all over India, and it has declared it is going to introduce world's first Nano Urea for farmers across the world. So that is why it has become a very important news for all your for your examination. All right, so why it is important, let's discuss. First of all, you should know that what is IFFCO. This is your Indian Farmers Fertilizers Cooperative Limited, which deals with the fertilizer system all over India, and it was established in the year 1967. All right, when we talk about this, it was established in 1967, IFFCO, and it is headquartered in New Delhi. It is headquartered in New Delhi, and the chairman of IFFCO is your which person? B.S. Nakai. Alright, B.S. Nakai is the chairman of IFFCO. This is the static point that you have to remember about this news. And if we talk about this, it has introduced world's first nano urea for farmers across the world. So first of all, you should understand that what is urea and what is the concept of nano urea. So if we talk about urea, so it is your nitrogen based fertilizer that is very useful for the fertilization of crops, that is useful for increasing the productivity of the crops. And recently it's another concept, that is it's another type is right now released. And what is it? That is nano urea. So Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited has introduced the world's first nano urea liquid for farmers across the world. So you have to remember that how questions would be asked in your examination. Question would be asked like, which of the following has introduced the world's first nano urea for farmers across the world? And you would be given many options, but what would be the correct answer? The correct answer would be IFFCO. Apart from this, according to an official statement issued by IFFCO, the world's first nano urea liquid was introduced in its 50th annual general body meeting held in the offline mode in India. So first of all, you should know that what is nano urea. So here you would be getting the answer, and you would be getting the information about nano urea liquid. That means what is it? So the nano urea liquid, what is it? It has been indigenously developed after many years of research by its scientists and engineers through a proprietary technology developed at Nano Biotechnology Research Center, Kalol, in line with Atmanirbhar Bharat and Atmanirbhar Krishi. Alright, so you all are aware about urea. Alright, what is it? It is a type of fertilizer. But recently, its another type has been developed by the researchers. And what is this type called? This is your nano urea liquid, and it would be cost effective also. Or it like it would be provided to the farmers in a very less cost, so that they would be able to increase their productivity with minimum investment in the crops. So alright, so you have to remember this point also, that at which research center it has been developed. So it has been developed in your Nano Biotechnology Research Center in Kalol. And what is the under which concept it has been, under which project it has been started? So it has been started under project Atmanirbhar Bharat or Atmanirbhar Krishi. Alright, very good, Sakshi. I can see the formula of urea also, that is NH2CONH2. Alright, this is the formula of urea. Very good. Alright, I think that you are science side student. Read it in the 12th. I think amount of ammonia in urea is 47.6. Yes, absolutely, Pratyush. I was also science side student. I was my subjects were physics, chemistry, and maths. But right now I'm not very much interested in science, so that is why I don't remember such concepts. But still, some of the things are still remaining over there in my mind. All right, but like what is the percentage of ammonia and these things, I don't remember at all. All right, so let's move to next point. The nano urea liquid, it has been found effective and efficient for plant nutrition, which increases the production with improved nutritional quality. So what is the importance of this nano urea liquid? So you can see over here that first of all, that it is effective and efficient. It increases the productivity, and it also improves the nutritional quality in the crops. And it will also have a huge positive impact on the quality of underground water, very significant reduction in global warming, with an impact on climate change and sustainable development. So again, it is a very important fact. And which of the following has developed this nano urea? So this you have to remember, that is IFFCO. Very important. All right, apart from this, if we talk about this scheme, all right, so this you have to remember. Next is a scheme, that is Ankur Scheme, that has been recently launched by which government? So it is recently launched by Madhya Pradesh government, or Shivraj Singh Chauhan has launched one of the important schemes, that is Ankur Scheme. What is this scheme about? So this scheme is about planting of trees. All right, and apart from this, they would be given awards like Pran Vayu, and other awards are are also there, but for that there are certain criteria that the citizens of that state have to follow. So let's discuss about this point. So Madhya Pradesh government launches Ankur Scheme. So question would be asked in your examination that which government or which state has recently launched Ankur Scheme. So this you have to remember. You would be getting options as Maharashtra also, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat or Assam. So you have to remember that which government or which state has launched this Ankur Scheme. So it is your Madhya Pradesh government. In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan government has launched a scheme named Ankur, under which citizens will be awarded for planting trees during monsoon season, and citizens taking part in this initiative will be given a award. And what is the name of that award? That is Pran Vayu Award, to ensure public participation in the program. So it is very important that you have to remember. All right, let's move to next point. Next point is that what is under this scheme, how it will be implemented, and what is the criteria of getting this award. So if we talk about the criteria, so a sapling plantation campaign will be carried out during the monsoon, and participants will have to upload a picture while planting the sapling and then upload another photograph after taking care of the sapling for 30 days. All right, so this is a good initiative because when anyone wants if anyone wants to get awards, say what they do, what does they do? They used to plant that tree, all right, and plant that sapling, and what happened? They take a picture and then get the awards, and then they forget about taking care of that sapling, all right, or that tree. So it's important to take care of that particular plant, to take care of that particular sapling. So that is why this is the initiative, that if a citizen is taking care of that plant for 30 days, then they have to click a photograph after 30 days also, and then he or she would be awarded. All right, so this you have to remember. All right, ZBC in BScs. All right, Sakshi, yes, ZBC is also one of the stream, that is zoology, botany and chemistry. All right, I think, all right, okay. All right, Alok is from MP, very good. It's nitrogen, not ammonia. All right, all right. Okay. All right. So this is the important facts that you have to remember about this scheme and which government has launched it. Let's move to next point. The winners will then be selected from each district following a verification to get the Pran Vayu award. So what is the name of the award? This you have to remember, that the name of the award is your Pran Vayu award. And what is the scheme? Scheme is your Ankur Scheme. Which state has launched this scheme? So it is your Madhya Pradesh that you have to remember. Let's move to next point. Next point is related to your books and authors, and recently you're one of the, actually there are 3 books that have been recently launched. What are these books? Today we are going to discuss. So first book that is in front of you is your which book? That is Veer Savarkar book. That is a contestant legacy, and it is written by Vikram Sampath, that you have to remember. All right, so first book is your which book? That is Savarkar. All right, a contested legacy, authored by Vikram Sampath. Next book that you have to remember is your Stargazing, and it is the book that is written by Ravi Shastri recently. Apart from this one, another book is there, that is 1232 kilometers, and it is also a one book that is written by one of the most important person. All right, and I'm not getting his name right now. All right, I think Vinod Kumar something name is there. So this you have to remember. All right, so if we talk about Savarkar, all right, so this is the book, all right, a book titled Savarkar, a contestant legacy 1924 to 1966, authored by Vikram Sampath, who is the author. And what is the name of the book? This you have to remember. So decorated historian and author Vikram Sampath has come out with the second and concluding volume of the book on the life and works of Veer Savarkar, titled Savarkar, a contested legacy 1924 to 1966, that you have to remember. All right, so all right, this you have to remember. This is one of the books. And next book is your Stargazing, the Players in My Life, and this book is written by which person? This book is written by Ravi Shastri, who was also a renowned player, and he was also the commentator also. All right, so Ravi Shastri's debut book, so it is his debut book, and it is titled as Stargazing, that is the Players in My Life. And cricket all-rounder, commentator, coach Ravi Shastri is now making his publishing debut, as he has end a book titled Stargazing, The Players in My Life, and it is being co-authored by Ayaz Memon. This you have to remember. Alright, so these are the important points that you have to remember for your examination. Alright, like two books you have learned till now. One is your Savarkar, written by Vikram Sampath, and next is your Stargazing, which is written by Ravi Shastri, that you have to remember. Yogendra Kumar is here. Very good morning. Alright, Pratyush is not a science student, science stream student. Okay. Alright, Dheeraj is from Bihar. That's good. Alright, so please like the session, everyone, and keep sharing it with your friends so that they can also join the session. And if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe it and press the notification bell icon. Yes, Sakshi, very good. Kalki has written one book, that is Elephant in Womb, and apart from this, your one of the book, that is The Living Mountain. It is one of the book that is written by Amitav Ghosh. Apart from this, Whereabouts is also one of the book that is written by Jhumpa Lahiri, and these are the recent books and authors that you have to remember for your examination. Alright, we have already discussed about these books and authors earlier in my sessions. Next point is IAU, that is International Astronomical Union, approves Chinese names to moon areas. This becomes a very important news for your examination. Recently, what happened, that Chinese is on the mission of moon. You all know Tianwen was there, alright, and one of the probe is also there, that is researching in moon areas. And right now, what happened, that there are 8 spots, 8 moon areas are there that have given the Chinese names according to the International Astronomical Union, that is approved by International Union. So this you have to remember. And the International Astronomical, visual to you or not, because I can see that there is buffering going on in my screen. So if it is clear to all of you, then please tell me. I think it is clear now. Alright, Pratyush, that's good. Alright, if you are from science stream in 12th, my many friends are there who were with me in science stream, but later on, one of the friend is there. She took BA, and then she also completed her MA, and after that she is now Treasury Officer. That is, she is PCS qualified, and recently she has joined last year. Alright, so if you are also if you have also changed your stream, so it's good for you, because now you have the knowledge of all these streams, so you can do well in your examination. So best of luck for that. Alright, okay, everything is good. Alright, so what are the names that have been given? So the International Astronomical Union approved 8 names for the moon sites. And what are these moons? Mons Hua, Mons Heng, Piziu, Shenkuo, Liu Hui, and Song Yingxing, Stashio Tianxuan, or Zhu Giankui. Alright, you don't need to remember these names. Only you have to remember this point, that which country's name has been appointed to moon areas by International Astronomical Unit. So this is your China. This you have to remember. Alright, so this is the important point. Yes, definitely, Pratyush. You would also follow the same track, and I wish good luck to you that you also become an IAS or PCS officer one day. All right. Let's move to next point. What is your next point? Next news is regarding World Health Organization. It names COVID-19 variant first found in India. Alright, so you all know that what is World Health Organization? It is the organization, it is a specialized organization which works under United Nations, which was established on 7th of April 1948. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. And who is the president of World Health Organization? So it is your Tedros Adhanom. Now, the important news is that World Health Organization named the COVID variants in India. There are 2 variants that are found in India. These are your B.1.617.1 or B.1.617.2. So if you talk about B.1.617.1, so it would be named as your Kappa. And if you talk about B.1.617.2, so it would be named as Delta according to World Health Organization. So this you have to remember. Alright. So the World Health Organization on 31st of May 2021 announced new labels using Greek alphabets for various variants of the coronavirus disease, and World Health Organization has labeled the variant first identified in India as B.1.617.2 as Delta, and another variant that was earlier found in India as B.1.617.1 as labeled as Kappa. Alright, so this you have to remember. Alright, if we talk about you can see that B.1.617 is similar in both the variants, but what is different? 0.1 and 0.2. So 0.1 would be your what, that is Kappa, and 0.2 would be your what, that is your Delta, that you have to remember. Alright, so this is the important point that you have to remember. Let's move to our next news. Next news is again your important, that is China allows 3 children policy. As you have seen that right now, in recent past, China has declared its census of the year 2021, and in which it is found that its population growth is declining day by day. Earlier it was having the maximum. Till now also it is having the maximum population all over the world, but what happened that earlier it has adopted the policy of one child policy. Later on it has decided to have a 2-child policy, and right now it allows 3 children policy also. Alright, so it is in 2021 it has adopted it allows 3 children policy in recent time. Alright, so recently China has allowed couples to have up to 3 children after census data showed a steep decline in birth rates, and China scrapped its decades-old one-child policy in 2016, replacing it with 2-child limit, which has failed to lead a sustained upsurge in birth. So this you have to remember that in 2016 it has replaced your one-child policy to 2-child limit, and after 5 years 2021 again it has replaced 2-child policy limit to 3 children policy limit. So this you have to remember. And the change was approved during a political bureau meeting chaired by President Xi Jinping on 31st of May 2020. This you have to remember. Alright, so very important. So next news is over here. Alright, right now you have seen what are the important news you have seen in today's session. What are the 2 important books? That is Savarkar is one of the book which is released by Vikram Sampath. Apart from this, next book was your Stargazing, and it was written by Ravi Shastri. And next comes your another book. And what is your next book? That is 1232 kilometers or 1232 kilometers, and it is written by Vinod Kapri's new book 1232 kilometers. What is this book about? So author and filmmaker Vinod Kapri has come up with a new book that means 1232 kilometers, a long journey home, and the book chronicles the journey of 7 migrant workers from Bihar who journeyed back home on their bicycles and reached their destination after 7 days during lockdown. And Capri accompanied these workers on their 1232 kilometers journey from Ghaziabad to Saharsa, that you have to remember. This policy should be like this in India too. Yes, Danendra, it should be here. Alright, but let's see that we are not implementing. Alright, we are here. The government is like whatever implementation they have made already, they are not following. Then how they would implement new things? Alright, so this is going on right now. Kanishk Pandey is here. Very good morning. Sudhir, good morning. Alright. Yes, because the huge population is getting old. Yes, absolutely, Ripunjay. Abhilasha, very good morning. Alright, Pankaj is saying 2016 2-child, now 3-child policy. Sudhir, welcome to you. And Rahul is here. Very good morning. Alright, so this you have to remember. Alright, so let's move to our next point, and you have seen that what are the important points. The book was launched on 31st of May 2021. Next, another very important news for all of you. Alright, what is this important news? You have got a first blind Asian to scale Mount Everest. All right, what is this news about? This news is about that Mount Everest ascent has been recently done, and your first Asian blind, like in the world there are first Asian blind, and if you talk about all over the world, so it is your she is your third blind, or he is your third blind all over the world to scale Mount Everest. So what is this news about? So Chinese Zhang Hong has scaled the tallest peak in the world from Nepal side, and he has become the first wild man in Asia and the third in the world to climb Mount Everest. And he was inspired by Eric Weinmeier, a blind American mountaineer who scaled Everest in 2001. So this is very important news that you have to remember for your examination. But apart from this, other important news are also there that is related to your Mount Everest. So first point is that if we talk about the height of Mount Everest, so what is it? So its height is 8,848.86 meters. Apart from this, it is there is a massive Everest is there, in which this Mount Everest is located, and in there another peaks are also there, like one of the most important peak is your Mount Pumori, which is recently ascended by two girls from India. Alright, apart from this, the most important point is that that a person, that is Kami Rita Sherpa, alright, Kami Rita Sherpa, alright, he ascends Mount Everest 25 times. Alright, this you have to remember, like he made a record for most ascents to the summit of Mount Everest, that is 25 times. He record for the most ascents of Mount Everest, and how many times? That is 25 times. This you have to remember, 25 times. This you have to remember. Apart from this, another person is also there. Who is that person? Mingma Tenji Sherpa. Alright, who is the another person? That is Mingma Tenji Sherpa. Alright, and he has made a record. He has made a record of ascent to Mount Everest. Record of ascent to Mount Everest. Alright, like in the minimum time, in the minimum duration, that is 2 times he ascended, he climbed 2 times in 4 days, twice in the shortest span of time. Record of ascent of Mount Everest twice in the shortest span of time. Shortest span of time. This you have to remember. Alright, these 2 points are important. Apart from this, another person. Alright, if we talk about another person, so Arthur Muir is also there. Alright, next important person is your Arthur Muir, and let me discuss over here. Alright, next important person is Arthur Muir. Arthur Muir, and he has become the oldest person. Alright, he has become the oldest man to ascend Mount Everest. Oldest man to ascend Mount Everest. It is also the recent news. It is also in current affairs. So that is why I am telling you these 4 persons, these 3 persons are very, very important. Alright. Apart from this, Sang In Hung. Alright, she has become the first woman who took shortest span in ascent of Mount Everest, that is 26 hours. Alright, what is the name? That is Sang In Hung. Sang In Hung, and she has become the first woman to climb in shortest span of time. All right, that is in 26 hours. Alright, she's the first lady who climbed the Mount Everest in 26 hours, and this is the shortest span that any woman has covered this time. Alright, so these are the important points that you have to remember related to Mount Everest, and these are the recent ascents that have been made and very important for your examination. And among these persons, one of the question is most important for your examination, and this may also come in your match the column session also. Alright, like in match the column session also you would be getting, like in on column first you would be getting the name of the person, and on column second you would be getting the records that they have made, and you have to match accordingly. All right, so this is the important facts that you have to remember for your examination. Now we will move to our target 2021, that is May 2021 current affairs revision. That is again important for your upcoming examination. So firstly we will take up some of the news that were related to your May current affairs, then we will practice some of the questions also. All right, so I can see over here you all are giving the correct answers. All right, Kanishk, and that is 25 times from Nepal. Very good. Yogendra, Ashish Rajbahar, very good morning. So let's take up another news of May current affairs. Next news is lumpy skin disease. All right, next very important news is your lumpy skin disease, and it is found in which state? So it is found in Bihar recently. What is this disease about? So this is a type of virus that is found in your buffaloes. All right, that is found in your cattle and buffaloes, and it is a very harmful disease. So you have to remember that in which state lumpy skin disease is found. So it is found in Bihar. This is the important fact that you have to remember from here. So lumpy skin disease, Bihar government sounded an alert and issued an advisory about the likely spread of lumpy skin disease, which is a viral illness that causes prolonged morbidity in cattle and buffaloes. Next point is United Nations report on human caused methane emissions. We have discussed about this news earlier also. So the report provide the following suggestions. What are these suggestions? So human caused methane emissions must be cut by 45% to avoid the worst effects of climate change, which would prevent a rise in global warming by up to 0.3 degrees Celsius by 2045. So I have told you that how much percentage cut should be there. So it would be 45%. What is the target year? Then again it would be 2045. By this you have to remember both these points, and both are your facts that you have to remember for your examination related to United Nations report on human caused methane emissions. Already discussed in our previous session, but still we are doing revision, so that is why I am discussing this point over here. So it would also prevent 2,60,000 premature deaths, 7,75,000 asthma related hospital visits annually, and 25 million tons of crop losses. This you have to remember. Next point is International Mother's Day. So we have celebrated, you all know that when do we celebrate or observe International Mother's Day? So we celebrate it on second Sunday of May every year, and this year the day falls on which day? That is 9th of May. So when do we celebrate International Mother's Day? So it is celebrated on second Sunday of May month. This you have to remember. Next point is the COVID-19 vaccine developed by China's Sinopharm has been approved by the World Health Organization for emergency use. Why it is in news? Because earlier this was a dilemma. This was a fact that Sinopharm was not getting the approval from World Health Organization, but later on it got the approval from World Health Organization for emergency uses. So question would be asked that Sinopharm vaccine is related to which country? So you have to remember that it is the vaccine of which country? That is China. Next point is 5th generation banking reforms. I have discussed this news earlier also, that recently your 5th generation banking reforms are being launched, and what are these are being announced, and what are these? That is your establishment of DFI, next is your creating of a bad bank, and next is your privatization of public sector banks. So these are the new banking reforms. Let's see what are these. So the government recently announced new banking reforms, and what are these? These would involve establishment of a development finance institution for infrastructure, creation of a bad bank to address the problem of chronic non-performing assets, NPAs. Next is your privatization of public sector banks, PSBs, to ease its burden in terms of mobilizing additional capital. So this is the very important fact that you have to remember. DFI, next is your bad bank, and next is your privatization of public sector banks. So three important 5th generation reforms banking reforms have been announced recently. So this you have to remember through key points, that is DFI, that is bad bank, and privatization of PSBs, important for your examination. Next point is, apart from this, these reforms will promote niche and differentiated banking. What is niche and differentiated banking? It is the type of financial inclusion that those areas which are unbanked, or those unbanked areas which needs a banking system, which needs banking efforts, or you can say that there should be implementation of there should be financial inclusion. So for that particular areas, this reforms would be helpful. That is known as your niche or differentiated banking, that caters to specific and varied requirements of different customers to borrowers. So this is the important news that you have to remember. Next news is again related to your Arctic Science Ministerial meeting. We have already discussed about this Arctic Science Ministerial meeting. What is this meeting about? As India is not the member of this ASM meeting, but still it has participated. It was a guest. What was the theme? Where was it organized? These are the important facts that you have to remember. So if we talk about ASM 3, that is Arctic Science Ministerial meeting, so it was organized jointly by Japan and which country? That is Iceland, and it is the first time that its meeting has been held in Asia. And what was its theme? Its theme was knowledge for a sustainable Arctic. So India participated in the third Arctic Science Ministerial meeting, which is the global platform for discussing research and cooperation in the Arctic region. ASM 3 jointly organized by Iceland and Japan, and it is the first ministerial meeting being held in Asia, and the theme for this year is knowledge for a sustainable Arctic, important for your examination. Yes, very good, Sakshi. ASM 1 was organized in 2016 by which country? That is United States of America. And ASM 2, that it was organized in 2018 by Germany. Very good. Ripunjay is saying, what is DFI? It is a financial institution that provides risk capital for economic development projects on a non-commercial basis. That's good. Alright, you have to be you have to be like this. Alright, you have to keep writing over here whatever you know. You have to share your knowledge in the comment section. Alright, in this way you would gain, like, knowledge is everything about sharing. Whatever you are sharing, you would getting by yourself also. Alright, so next point is the drug, most important drug. What is its name? The 2-deoxy-D-glucose, which is developed by Defense Research and Development Organization. It has got approval for emergency use by the Drugs Controller General of India, that is DCGI. Alright, again important news. Alright, next news is in Union Territory of Andaman Nicobar Islands. Alright, this has presented its annual action plan 2021-22 and was declared to have achieved 100% coverage of rural households with tap water connection, and with this it became the third state or union territory in the country to achieve 100% coverage of rural households with tap water supply after Goa and Telangana under Jal Jeevan Mission. This you have to remember. This you have to remember. So you have seen that under Jal Jeevan Mission, your third state or union territory is what? That is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which have covered your 100% coverage of rural households tap water connection. And before this, Goa and Telangana, and apart from this, Puducherry has also gained this title, has also achieved 100% coverage of rural households with tap water supply, and the target year for Jal Jeevan Mission would be your 2024, by which your all the states in all over the country would be having functional tap water connection. So this is the important fact that you have to remember. And Jal Jeevan Mission was launched in which year? So it was launched in the year 2019. Next, another important news is Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes beat Red Bull's Max Verstappen to secure his 100th career pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. So first question that would arise from here is your who won a Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. So you have to remember the name, that is Lewis Hamilton. Next important point that you have to remember, that who has won is its 100 career title in Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. So you have to remember Lewis Hamilton. Next question that would be asked in your examination would be like this, that Lewis Hamilton won its 100th career title, won its 100th career pole position in which of the following Grand Prix? So you have to remember that it would be your Spanish Grand Prix that was held in Barcelona. So in three ways this question can be asked. Next point is Alexander Zverev won his second Madrid Open title after defeating Brittany. Alright, next point is similarly Arina Sabalenka stunned world number 1 Ashley Barty to win the Madrid Open title for the first time. So if we talk about Madrid Open title in men's singles category, who won this title? It is your Alexander Zverev. And if we talk about in women's category, women's single category, so the winner is your Arina Sabalenka, that you have to remember. Is winning all of them. All right, Pratyush, very good. All right, it is so. Next point is Kamirita Sherpa reached the summit of Mount Everest for the 25th time, breaking his own record for the most summits of the highest mountain in the world. We have already discussed this news in our previous sessions. Next point is at the invitation of the President of the European Council, Mr. Charles Michel, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi participated in the India-European Union leaders meeting, and this is the first time that European Union meeting European Union hosted a meeting with India in the EU plus 27 format, and the meeting was the initiative of the Portuguese presidency of the Council of the European Union. So this you have to remember. All right. So a question would be asked from here, like who has participated in the India Union leaders meeting. So you have to remember that who has participated, that is our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now comes your practice session. All right, we have discussed today's headlines also. We have discussed some of the important news related to your May month current affairs. Now it's your time to practice our questions, that of your revision. That would be revision question of your May month. Like this week, we would be covering all the important current affairs and all the practice questions of which month, that is May month. All right, and from next month we would be covering what? We would be covering our April month current affairs. All right, weekly wise. Sorry, from not next month, from next week. All right, so next question is on your screen. You have to consider the following statements regarding the vaccine delivery by drones. First statement is Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA have granted a conditional exemption to the government of Madhya Pradesh for conducting experimental beyond visual line of sight drone flights for delivery of vaccines. And next statement is last month in April, the government of Telangana was granted a conditional exemption for conducting experiment delivery of COVID-19 vaccines with visual line of sight range using drones. So please answer this question. Choose the correct statement from the following codes. Codes are only first is correct, only second is correct, both first and second are correct, or none of these are correct. So please answer this question. What is the 11th news? All right, Kamirita Sherpa, all right. Okay. Please answer this question, everyone. All right, so everyone is saying that second is true and not sure about first. Students, if you read the statements, like whenever if you thanks. Okay, let's see this discuss about this question first. So if we talk about this question, if you don't know the answer, so try to read the question multiple times. Try to read the question at least 2 to 3 times. If you are reading this question, if you are reading the statements, so what is given over here? Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA have granted a conditional exemption to the government of Madhya Pradesh. What is given over here? Government of Madhya Pradesh. And if we talk about that, which of the following second statement would be correct? So last month in April, the government of Telangana was granted a conditional exemption for conducting experiments. So in both these statements, the conflict is there. And what is this conflict? In one of these statements, government of Madhya Pradesh is given, and in another of the statement, government government of which state, that is Telangana is given. So that means your none of these would be wrong and both 1 and 2 would be wrong, because in both these statements your only one government should be there, either Telangana, either Telangana or Madhya Pradesh. So if we talk about this question, so definitely your answer would be government of Telangana, and here if we have to change Madhya Pradesh into Telangana, because it is the vaccine delivery by drones is the initiative by which government, that is government of Telangana. So first would be wrong. Yes, definitely. All right, so what is the correct answer? This is your. All right. So what is the correct answer? That is your second option would be correct, and definitely your both first statement would be wrong. And what would be the correct answer? That is option number second. Next question on your screen is choose the correctly matched pairs regarding the Everest Sports Award 2021 winners. In our previous class, in our last session, we have discussed about Laureus Sports Award 2021 winners. You are given with the list and you have to match the columns accordingly. All right, so award and winners are given. Award is World Team of the Year, given to Chelsea Football Club. Next is your World Comeback of the Year, given to Max Parrott. Next is your Athlete Advocate of the Year. So this award goes to Lewis Hamilton, or Lifetime Achievement of Award goes to Serena Williams. So please answer this question, that what is the correct answer of this question? Yes, I only told you about Telangana. Sachin, I have already given you the answers. All right. So please keep sharing the session with all your friends, students, so that they can also join the session. All right. So if we talk about this question, so World Team of the Year award, Chelsea is wrong, because what is the correct answer? That is Bayern Munich. What is the correct answer? Bayern Munich. But if we talk about Chelsea, so recently it has won Champions League 2021. All right. Chelsea has won Champions League 2021, but it has not got the World Team of the Award. It goes to Bayern Munich. And if we talk about Lifetime Achievement Award, it goes to Billie Jean King. All right, Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Billie Jean King. So your Serena Williams would be wrong, and World Comeback of the Year award, Max Parrott, and Athlete of the Year award, Lewis Hamilton, both are correct. So only second and third would be the correct answer. Sakshi Pandey, very good. All right, so this you have to remember. All right, let's move to our next point. Next question. Who among the following Indian United Nations peacekeeping officer has been honored during the United Nations Annual Memorial Service 2021? And your options are Ranu Sharma, Ramesh Sinha, or Yuvraj Singh. So please answer this question, that who got the United Nations Annual Memorial Service Award 2021? And I have already told this question earlier. All right, we have already discussed this question. Kamlesh is saying B, Sachin. All right, Ripunjay is saying that B is the correct answer. Yes, Sakshi. Okay, Kanishk is saying B. You have to answer the third question. Who among the following Indian United Nations peacekeeping officer has been honored during the United Nations Annual Memorial Service Award 2021? And this award was given by United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. All right, and Yuvraj Singh was peacekeeping officer who died in the line of duty in 2020 during the United Nations Annual Memorial Service 2021. All right, so this you have to remember. So what is the correct answer? Pratyush, Ripunjay is saying Yuvraj Singh. So yes, absolutely, the correct answer is Yuvraj Singh. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Everest World Sports Award. You are given with 3 statements over here, and you have to answer that. You have to answer the questions regarding your Everest World Sports Award. First statement is, tennis legend Novak Djokovic won the Everest World Sportsman of the Year Award 2021 at the virtual award ceremony conducted from Seville, conducted from Seville, Spain. Next point is Naomi Osaka won the prestigious Louvre's World Sports Women of the Year Award 2021. Next point is the Louvre's World Sports Award are annual awards that honor the most inspiring tennis sporting triumphs of the year. So here you have to answer that only first is correct, only second is correct, only third is correct, or both first and second are correct over here. So please answer this question. I'm showing you the options over here. Sachin, class starts at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. Adhar, very good morning. Alright, so please tell me the answer of this question. If you talk about Louvre's World Sports Award, so it is this award, that is Louvre's World Sportsman of the Year Award goes to Rafael Nadal. Alright, so that is why your first option would be wrong. Second option is correct. And if you talk about Louvre's World Sports Award, so these are your annual sports award that honor most inspiration sports. That means all sports, not tennis only. It is not the tennis that is considered under this sports award. All the sports are considered under this award. So what would be the correct answer? That is only 2. Option number second is correct, and rest of the statements, that is first and third, would be wrong. Manohar Kumar, if you want the PDF, then you have to join the Telegram channel, that is GS World IS, and from there you can get your PDF. Alright, so first is incorrect and third is also incorrect. Only second option would be correct. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the World Thalassemia Day. First statement is, it is observed on 8th of May to raise awareness about thalassemia disease, its preventive measures, and to avoid transmission among the people throughout the world. And the theme for 2021 is busting the myths across the global thalassemia community. And you have to choose the correct answer from the following codes, that is first only is correct, second only is correct, both first and second is correct, or none of these are correct. Questions and options are not on the same screen today. Sachin, class starts at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. It is mentioned in the description box also. Alright, so if you talk about this question, so here your first statement is wrong, but first statement is correct, but second statement is wrong, because the theme for 2021 for World Thalassemia Day is not busting the myths across the global thalassemia community. It is addressing the inequalities. Addressing the inequalities across the global thalassemia community. All right, addressing the health inequalities across the, yes, it is health inequalities across the global thalassemia community. This would be the correct answer. All right, so let's move to our next question. Next question is, recently on 7th of May 2021, oldest human burial site discovered in which of the following place? Options are Uttar Pradesh, Kenya, Afghanistan, or Congo. So please answer this question. Recently on 7th of May 2021, oldest human burial site discovered in which of the following places? Yan, your options are Uttar Pradesh, Kenya, Afghanistan, and Congo. And what would be the correct answer of this question? So it is your Kenya. Alright, and this burial site is how much year old? That is 78,000 years old is this burial site. This you have to remember for your examination. Alright, so this is the important question. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding World Red Cross Day. Alright, regarding World Red Cross Day, and it is celebrated on 8th of May to commemorate the birth anniversary of the Red Cross and International Committee of the Red Cross, that is Ron Hubbard. Next question is, the theme of the World Red Cross Day 2021 is what? That is Together We Are, #Unstoppable, and you have to choose the correct statement from the following quotes, that is only first is correct, only second is correct, both first and second are correct, or none of these statements are correct over here. So please answer this question. It is an important question and we have discussed about this question earlier also. Sachin is saying the way of teaching is the best and your English is so fluent. Thank you so much, Sachin. Okay, dates and dates are quite difficult to learn for Sakshi. Okay, so let's see what is the correct answer of this question. Everyone is saying that both these statements are correct, and Sakshi is saying that she is quite sure that in this question both these statements are correct. All right, so Sakshi, there is a bad news for you because here only only second statement is correct and first statement is wrong, because the founder of Red Cross and International Committee is not Ron Hubert. It is your Henry Dunant, all right, who was the founder on which birth anniversary this day is commemorated. So this is your Henry Dunant. So that is why your first statement is wrong and second statement is correct only. All right, so don't be too sure and don't be overconfident when I am taking your quiz session. All right. That name seems wrong. Yes, definitely. So your only second statement is correct and first is your wrong. Let's move to our next question. What is next question? Consider the following statements regarding the United Nations peacekeeping missions, and you are given with three options, three statements. First statement is India has a long tradition of sending women on United Nations peacekeeping missions. Next statement is in 2007, India became the first country to deploy an all-women contingent to a United Nations peacekeeping mission. Next is your Indians have served in 9th of the 71 United Nations peacekeeping mission established around the world since 1948, and you have to choose the incorrect statement from the following codes. Options are only first is correct, only first is incorrect, only second is incorrect, only third is incorrect, or none of these are incorrect. So please answer this question, that which of the following statements are wrong. Yes, Sakshi. Alright, so if we talk about this question, so what would be the correct answer over here? Your only third statement, your first and second statements are correct, but third statement is wrong, because Indians have served 49 of the 71. It is not 9, it is your 49 of the 71 United Nations peacekeeping missions established around the world since 1948. Alright, so you have to understand that here only third statement is correct and other two statements are correct and third statement is incorrect. Alright, so alright, very good, all of you. You all are doing well. Alright, sometimes it is there that you have to make mistakes also, because mistakes are there for all of you to learn. Alright, it is the procedure of learning. It is a part of learning. So you have to understand this point. Alright, so that's all for today. We will take up the session till here only, and from tomorrow we would continue the session of of the quiz session. Alright, in your next class after top headlines, what we would be discussing? We would be discussing these questions first, and then we will move forward. All right, so our class would be till here today. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Keep learning, keep sharing. All right, and please like the session before going, and if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe it and press the notification bell icon. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and stay safe, stay healthy.